This is Valmiki Ramayana, Season 3, Episode 6. Bharat meets Kaikeyi and Kausalya. Bharat had now arrived on the scene. Note, this entire tragedy had been precipitated by Kaikeyi, supposedly for Bharat's benefit. But we know very little about Bharat. That shortcoming is made up for by the events that followed his arrival back in Ayodhya. When he came to see Kaikeyi, she sprang up in delight to greet him. Utpapata tada hrishta. There you are. How was your journey? And your stay there? Are your grandfather and uncle keeping well? Tell me everything. Bharat reported that everything was fine in Kekaya. But where is father? He asked. And then Kaikeyi broke the dreadful news. But she tried to give it a positive spin. Tam pratyuvacha Kaikeyi priyavad ghoram apriyam. Your father, the great King Dashrath, went the inevitable way every living being must go. Ya gatis sarva bhutanam tangatin te pitagata. Shocked, Bharat asked her, of what ailment did he die? Where is Ram? And then Kaikeyi told him all that had happened, proudly explaining that she had done it all for him. My son, I have removed all the obstacles from your path. Now is not the time to grieve or to be angry. Go and take over the empire. May you lord over the world. Bharat had just heard that he was to be the next Ikshvaku king. Now we shall see whether his reaction was worthy of one. In Season 2, we had seen what it meant to be a king of the Ikshvaku dynasty. The very purpose of being the ruler was to serve the people. And people's welfare was built on a foundation of dharma, righteousness, and satya, truth. Bharat's reaction to what Kaikeyi had said was not what she would have wanted. He was wild with rage at her for bringing all this about. He was struck by the grief of his father's death and his brother's exile. And he had absolutely no desire to grab power like this. Oh, what have you done? Your greed has blinded you. Death for Maharaj and exile for Ram. All because of you. What did either of them do to you to deserve this? Bharat was very clear that Ram was the eldest among the brothers and the rightful successor in every way. He denounced Kaikeyi in no uncertain terms, calling her Sadhu Charitra Vibhrashte, she who has forgotten what is correct behavior, Nrishamse, cruel, and Rakshasi. He said that she was a Rakshasi even though she was born in the family of the most righteous king Ashwapati of Kekaya. Note once again, like we saw in Season 1, Rakshasas were not a different race. Rakshasness, Rakshasatvam, was a behavioral trait. You are not my mother, but my enemy. You have made me a collaborator in your dastardly act. But Sakama nakarishyami tvamaham. I will not allow your ambition to be fulfilled. I will bring Ram back from the forest and will ever remain his servant. While all this was going on, some of the ministers got to know that Bharat had come back, and they came to see him. The first thing Bharat said to them was, Rajyan nakamaye jatu, mantraye napi mataram, abhishekan na janami, yo bhudradnya samikshitah. I do not desire the empire. I never spoke to mother about all this. I knew nothing about the coronation that Maharaj had planned. Bharat was in an extremely difficult situation. He had to overcome his own grief and hurt, but he also had to convince everyone else that he was not with Kaikeyi on this. Bharat next went with Shatrughna to meet Kausalya. She hugged him, but then said, "This empire that you wished for is all yours. Kaikeyi has got it for you, and no one stands in your way." But why did she have to send Ram away? Bharat was deeply stung by Kausalya's words. He fell at her feet and with folded hands pleaded, "I had no idea about all this. I am innocent. You know the love and respect I have for Ram. Why do you speak like this?" And then Valmiki makes another beautiful turn in his narration. In the next 38 verses, Bharat tries to convince Kausalya that he has not planned this with Kaikeyi. And so he says, "May the one who has conspired to send Ram away, Yasyar yonu mate gatah, suffer terrible fate." And then, instead of just saying what that terrible fate should be, Bharat says, "May he suffer the same fate as the one who does the following contemptible acts." And then Valmiki gives us a long list of what were considered heinous or abhorrent acts. Every shlok has the key phrase, "Yasyar yonu mate gatah." Some of the contemptible acts are obvious: being abusive or speaking harshly with your guru, acting treacherously against a just king, turning one's back in battle, not taking care of one's mother and father, and deserting one's wife for another woman. And then there are these interesting mentions on the list of bad acts. They help us better understand the value system of that time. Getting work done by a worker and not giving adequate payment. Collecting 1/6 of the income as tax, note a 16.7% tax rate, and then not ensuring citizens' safety. Destroying or twisting the subtle meaning of knowledge that has been carefully imparted by a great guru. Polluting drinking water, and milking a cow that has just given birth to a calf. Eventually, Bharat was able to convince Kausalya. She hugged him and cried inconsolably. She said, "Dishtya na chalito dharmadatma te." My dear child, it is indeed fortunate that you are firm on the path of dharma and satya. Iti her asa. That is how it happened.